Vitor Belfort TKO'd legend Evander Holyfield, and Anderson Silva KO'd Tito Ortiz at Triller Fight Club this past Saturday, though it turns out neither wins will be added to their official record. According to the Florida State Boxing Commission, all of the bouts that happened at the Triller event were conducted as exhibitions rather than professional fights. A spokesperson from the Florida Commission told MMA Fighting, "The fights Saturday were conducted as exhibitions. The records will not count and will not be official." Jake Paul responds to Triller's $30 million offer. Jake Paul is skeptical that Triller has the $30 million they offered to Paul for a showdown against Vitor Belfort. Triller co-founder Ryan Kavanagh offered Jake Paul $30 million after Belfort stopped 58-year-old Evander Holyfield in the main event of Saturday's Triller Fight Club in South Florida. Jake, who now fights under Showtime Boxing but used to fight under Triller in the past, was surprised by the call out and the sum that was thrown at him. He said to Ariel Helwani, "I honestly didn't think that was coming. It's surprising because, let's be honest, we know they don't have that money to put up. It's smart on their end because they get the clout. Now we're talking about them, now we're talking about Vitor. But that's how this industry works, right? We know that they don't have that money. It's very outlandish for them to say that. If they showed proof of funds and put the money into a bank account, it would be a whole different story. But we worked with them and we know that they don't have that much money." Diaz responds to Vicente Luque's call-out. After Vicente's first-round submission victory against Michael Chiesa, Vicente Luque entertained the idea of a potential matchup with Nate Diaz. He said, "To me, Nate is a fighter and fight is fight, and I'm the kind of fighter that's going to put on an exciting fight no matter who it is. So, Nate wants a big fight, I'm not going to sell it by talking, I'm definitely going to sell it by fighting." Nate then responds to this by posting the video clip of his statement on Twitter by saying, "So let's fight." In which Luque responded with, "This will be fight of the year, make it happen. When real fighters step in the octagon, fans know it's going to be a war." So, how do you guys think a showdown between Nate and Vicente goes? Let me know. GSP talks about his fight against Matt Hughes the first time at UFC 50. In GSP's 8th pro fight at UFC 50, he was given a title shot against Matt Hughes, which was now almost 17 years ago. Although it was nearly 17 years ago, George St. Pierre says he was scared to death to get in the cage with Matt Hughes in his 3rd UFC fight. In my third fight, I had to fight Matt Hughes, and when Dana White told me I was fighting for the title, I thought it was a joke. I didn't believe it, and to tell you frankly, I didn't want that fight. I was scared to death. I didn't want to fight him. I knew I wasn't ready," GSP said on the Legend to Legend episode. For those of you who don't know the outcome of their first fight, George St. Pierre was submitted by Matt Hughes in the last second of the first round by armbar, though GSP admits this loss made him a better fighter. Gaethje said Chandler was just seeking attention with the anti-vaccine comments. Justin is scheduled to fight Chandler at UFC 268 at Madison Square Garden. When the fight was announced, Chandler said that the bout may be in jeopardy because of the new COVID-19 vaccination mandates implemented by the state of New York, where people had to show proof of vaccination before entering restaurants, gyms, etc. Chandler initially said he was not going to get vaccinated until it is 100% FDA approved. He then later backtracked on his comments when FDA approved most of the vaccines. Though ultimately, this didn't matter as the New York vaccination mandates didn't apply to Chandler, and Gaethje was unsure why he made such a big fuss over the situation in the first place.